It's Batman month here on End Credit Reviews. The reason why Batman the Animated Series was cancelled was because the studio wanted a teenage Batman. The show Buffy the Vampire Slayer was popular at the time, so they decided they wanted to appeal more to the teenage demographic. So they decided to make a kind of continuation with Batman Beyond. So in the future, there is a teenager named Terry McGinnis, voiced by Will Friedle, accidentally finds out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. The reason why Batman retired was partially because of his age, but showing that Batman had to rely on a gun struck a chord in which he swore never to use, and it was actually the perfect reason why he quit being Batman. So Terry McGinnis uses the suit to avenge his father's death and becomes Bruce's pupil to becoming the new Batman. Batman Beyond is possibly the best spin-off show of all time. It made the wise decision to make a continuation of Batman the Animated Series. It did use the same animation style of the New Adventures, but the animation style looks a lot better in this show. While the animated series was very noir-like and had an orchestra soundtrack, this one was very flashy and had a very electric techno-rock soundtrack to it. The one thing that disappointed me was the fact they didn't really explain what happened to many of the characters from the animated series. There were some episodes when we saw Mr. Freeze being made normal again until it's only temporary and he fights Batman. Another was when we got to see Bane and the side effects of him being addicted to Venom for so many years. But there were some characters like Ink that was like Clayface and Spellbinder who was a lot like the Mad Hatter. A love interest of Terry's was 10, who was kinda like his Catwoman. It's also ironic that it shows that Bruce can relate to Terry.
Let me tell you about a woman named Selina Kyle.
Speaking of, Bruce Wayne might be old, but that doesn't mean he won't take any crap. One side character that helped Terry from time to time was his friend Max, who was one of the few characters besides Bruce Wayne that knew he was actually Batman. A lot of the episodes were original, and it was more of its own show. One that I remember a lot was when Spellbinder got some teenagers hooked on this machine that projected a reality in which they had a perfect life. It's a very emotional episode that I'm surprised to this day that they're able to get away with this line.
Get back in the kitchen!
It was a pretty good show, but it only lasted about 3 seasons. Out of all those seasons, there were a solid amount that were worth watching. One of these episodes included Bruce Wayne being offered by Talia al Ghul to be young again. This episode was sentimental with Bruce Wayne looking at the love interest from his past. Another favorite of mine is the Egg Baby episode. Terry has to pass a family studies class and has to babysit a robotic baby, even when he is Batman. A good show, but not as amazing as the animated series. I give Batman Beyond 4 stars out of 5.
He was a formidable opponent. Be careful.
Come on, he must be a zillion years old. What trouble could an old geezer...